You were the first Austrian to win a major since Thomas Muster in Roland Garros 1995, and you are an excellent player on clay. Did you think that you would win your first major in New York? How much did you improve with Nicolas Massou as your coach?
Well, when I first realized that maybe one day I could really win a major, it was when I first broke into the semis of Roland Garros, when I broke into top 10. And from that moment on, I dreamed about it and I thought that it's maybe realistic. And back then I thought that my biggest chances by far are on clay. But then the end of last year somehow changed a lot of things when I won Beijing, when I won Vienna, when I played that great Nitto ATP finals. Then I realized that my game is suiting the hard court really well. And of course, since I'm working with Nico, we improved my game on hard court a lot. It also changed my mind that many shots are working great on that surface. So I think my best major until now, US Open, I played in Australia. So now it's not for me that big surprise anymore that it's not the French, but at the end it doesn't matter to me. I mean, main thing is that I have one of these four now.
Thank you very much. Let's go to the video board once again. Media members, one question only. Mark Berman, New York Post, you are live.
Yeah, during this tournament, there's been a lot of racket tapping at the net after a match. You were so emotional that you did something different. And could you just describe that moment? You know, you were, the social distancing thing, but what was going through your mind with you guys hugging and clapping each other?
Well, I mean, we're really good friends. We have a long-term friendship, long-term rivalry, and think that we were both tested negative maybe 14 times, something like that this week. And well, we just wanted to share this moment, and I guess that we didn't put anybody in danger, so I think it was fine.
Thank you, Mark. Let's go to Bill from Inside Tennis. Bill, you are live.
Incredible accomplishment. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This really culminates a lifetime of work. Took such an effort. If you could try and put into one word, one phrase, what winning your first Grand Slam means, what would that word or phrase be? And then explain, please.
Yeah, definitely. I achieved a life goal and a dream of myself, which I had for many, many years. Of course, as a kid as well, when I started to play tennis, but back then it's so far away. And then I got closer and closer to the top. And at one point I realized that, wow, maybe one day I can really win one of the 4 biggest titles in tennis. And I put a lot of work in. I mean, I dedicated basically my whole life until this point to win one of the 4 majors, and now I did it. So that's also for myself a great accomplishment. And I mean, it's by far not only myself, it's an accomplishment from all my team, from all my family. And I guess also that today is the day where I gave back a huge amount of what they did for me.
Champ, if you could look to your left once again, we have another written question from Willie Weinbaum of ESPN, who writes, in what ways do you think the experience of having played in previous major finals helped you today?
Honestly, I think it didn't help me at all, because I was so tight in the beginning that maybe it was not even good that I played in previous major major finals. I mean, I wanted this title so much, and of course there was also in my head that if I lose this one, it's 0-4. There is always in your head, is this chance ever coming back again? This and that, all these thoughts, which are not great to play your best tennis and to play free, and that's what exactly happened in the beginning. And luckily then things changed in the third set, and at the end it was complete open match, 50-50. So I think the experience didn't mean that much today.
Thank you. Let's go back to the video board. Let's go to Italy, and let's go to Ubaldo. Ubaldo, you are live.
Well, congratulations, Dominic. Even if you started so badly, it was it was a script by Agatha Christie, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, with Sasha Zverev serving at 70 miles per hour, 112 kilometers. How do you explain that two players of your caliber were so overwhelmed by the nerves? And what were you thinking when he was up 5-3 and serving for the match?
For him, it was his first major finals, and for him was the same like for me. We both didn't face one of the big three, so I guess that was in the back of the head for both of us, and that's why we were on nerves, because was a very good chance for the both of us. So I think it's obvious that I was very tight in the beginning, and in the end, of course, we are both experienced enough, and we both know that in a fifth set tiebreak, anybody can win. So I think it's very understandable that we both didn't play our highest pace anymore. And when he served for the match, I was struggling physically, but I also thought that he is not the freshest anymore. So I was just hoping to maybe get another chance, that he's not serving that huge anymore like he did in the beginning of the match. And I played a great game there and brought myself back into the match.
Let's continue on the video board. Let's go to Cindy from the New York Times. Cindy, you are live.
Thank you, Domi. Well done.
Thank you.
I know it's hard for you to look ahead at this moment, given what just happened, but a week from now, you're going to be going back to Roland Garros as the two-time defending runner-up, both times to Rafa. How difficult a transition will that be for you? And does Rafa have a decided advantage because he opted not to come to the United States?
Well, I think that physically I'm going to be fine, 100%. Going to have enough time to recover from all the troubles I had. But the question is how I'm going to do it with the emotions mentally, because obviously I've never been in the situation. I achieved a big goal. So, well, I don't know how I'm going to feel the next days. But at the same time, it's going to be, or I expect that it's going to be easier for me now in the biggest tournaments, because of course I had it in the back of my head that, I mean, I had a great career so far, way better career than I could ever dreamt of. But until today, there was still a big part, a big goal missing. And with this goal achieved, I think, and I hope that I'm going to be a little bit more relaxed and play a little bit more freely at the biggest events.
Thank you. Let's go to Howard from the AP. Howard, you are live.
Hi, Domi. At any moment during this match, did you think to yourself you couldn't come back? You were down 2 sets in a break, then down in the fifth. Was there a moment when you thought to yourself, this is not going to happen? And if there wasn't a moment like that, what allowed you to maintain the belief that you could come all the way back?
It was tough to stay there and to still believe, but I did, yeah, because it's a slam finals, and I said myself, I mean, I'm playing bad, I'm way too tight, legs are heavy, arms are heavy, but I always had the hope and the expectation that at one point I free up, and luckily it was not too late. when I broke him back in the third set. And the belief was always there, but from that moment when I broke him back for, I think it was 3-all in the third set, the belief got stronger and stronger. But the thing is that the belief of myself is not enough, because Sasha, I'm sure he believed himself as well 100%. So two guys like that played a match against each other, and that's obviously how it finished then in the fifth set tiebreak.
Thank you. Let's go to Peter from ESPN.com. Peter, you are live.
Yes, hi, Dominic. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Dominic, you went into this match as a favorite. There were lots of things could have happened where if you'd won easily, people would maybe write this off. So, I'm just wondering how special it makes it that this was such a fantastic, historic kind of a match.
Well, the media put me as a favorite in that match, but that was not how I went in, because I know what Sasha is capable of. I always remembered also the tough match we had in Australia, which was completely open, which was on the edge the whole match. So I went into it expecting a tough match, expecting an open match, and well, in the first two sets and then a breakdown, it was one way for him. But as I said before, I never stopped believing that I'm going to free up, start to play better at one point. And it makes it, well, it doesn't matter at the end who did I beat or which tournament it is. I mean, I just won a major, and it's just amazing.
Thank you. Let's go to Eleanor from PA Media. Eleanor, you are live.
Hi, Dominic. Congratulations.
Thanks.
We saw you obviously struggling physically a lot in the fifth set. How did you manage to get through it, and were you concerned that your body wouldn't allow you to win this match?
I started a little bit cramping at the end of the fifth, and it was the first time since years and years that I was cramping. But I guess it was not physical cramps, it was mentally. I was super, super tight the whole day, actually, and then in the beginning of the match. And somehow the belief today was stronger than the body, and I'm super happy about that.
Okay, thank you. We have time for two more questions in English. Let's go to Craig from Crosscourt. Craig, you are live.
Domi, I'm sorry if this question was asked earlier, but there was a technical issue on the audio and I didn't hear anything if you were asked. When you fell to the court after match point, what was that feeling like? What were you thinking at that moment? Just explain that.
It was such a big relief. I mean, obviously, it was huge pressure in the match, huge emotions. Physically, it was super tough. And then also it was not easy 4 weeks in general. It was a lot coming through the mind, coming through the body. So when I made that match point, when he missed that backhand, it was such a big relief. And like Indian Wells title, for example, or like Vienna titles that mean so much to me, just a little bit stronger, as this is a major title. Is just the highest thing what you can achieve in tennis.
Thank you, Craig. Last question in English. Vani from Uber Tennis, you have our last question in English. Thank you. You are live.
Congratulations, Dominic.
Thanks.
I was just wondering, how did you start the match physically? There were some rumors that you may not be 100% coming into the match. How were you physically at the beginning of the match, and how did it evolve throughout the match and at the end in the fifth set?
Physically, I was 100% fine in the beginning of the match. I had some troubles with the Achilles in the semis, but that worked out great. I didn't feel any pain. But the problem was my nerves. I was super, super tight. Tighter than in a long time. So didn't even know how that feels anymore. Didn't even know how to get rid of that. But somehow I did it in the third set. And as I said, the emotions, they were much, much tougher to handle today than my body, because it was fine.